Hey Emma, what's up, bud? You are the first one here today. You get that distinctive honor. You're on an emergency. That's not good. What's going on, man? Oh boy. There is a lot going on. Thomas, what's going on, buddy? Super ammo to the rescue. I like it. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. We're doing a midday stream. There's a lot of shit going on in the world today, so we're gonna just go ahead and get right into it. How does that sound, everybody? Let's go ahead and Ralph, Russell, Mace Dog, what's going on? All the colors, 3 hours. All right. We got our goal up there. Who wants to be our banner for today, everybody? Who wants to be the banner? Awesome. Yes, they are, Mr. Ackman. Your YouTube dad is... Oh, your YouTube dad is live. I thought you said your YouTube dad is live. Hey, be safe while you're doing your job, man. Don't fall or anything. Joe, I am in Utah, just like it says in the name. So welcome everybody to the chat. If somebody wants to be, I am a veteran. In fact, I was in the Middle East last year. I was in AFCENT last year. I'm in the Air Force Reserves. If somebody wants the distinct pleasure of being our banner today, if you would write a wonderful message that consists of something about liking and subbing and donate to win some swag, that would be awesome. That way we can get more people to like the stream, and the more people that like the stream, then the more YouTube shares it. The more YouTube shares it, the more people come in, the more the channel grows, and the more I can provide insight, entertainment, and offensive material to you. Thank you, Mace Dog. I appreciate that. Subscriber else. Ralph, I was in Qatar. I was at Al Udeid last year. I was forward deployed to, or I was main base deployed to the KAOK, and then, you know, if you've been to Al Udeid and you're involved in that area, then you know that a lot of things go out from there. Big Bahunkas. America for the freedom of Palestine and the liberation from Hamas. I like it. Bro, why you have guns? Because I like guns. Why? Everything is great here in Utah. It's a little warm. It's gonna be. We're gonna break a record tomorrow. Yeah. Everybody stay hydrated. E-Route. Yeah. Let me make sure. Artsy. Yo yo. I am live, Mr. A. I'm trying to make sure I got everybody. Joe Mama. GTA God. I think I've got everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. No, free Palestine from Hamas, big bahunkas. No, free Palestine from Hamas. Yeah. Kevin. Hey, are you related to Flint? Kevin? Yes, I agree, big bahunkas. Free Palestine from Hamas. From Hamas. Yep. Free Palestine from Hamas. Oh, Ben Dover gets it. By the way, Ben Dover, you have the same name as my dad's call sign. His call sign is Dover. Yes, I am, Drixler. Yes, I am. Human, I would. I know my neighbors and I trust them, so I would. Thank you, Ben Dover. So, all right. Well, we got some stuff going on today. Man, there is a lot going on today. So let's talk about some things. Free Palestine from Hamas. That's what I tell people. We're going to free Palestine from Hamas. Okay, guys. So this is my micro dagger. Kevin, you were asking. And then this is the full-size dagger. Big bahunkas. I hope that Israel absolutely demolishes Iran and continues to destroy Hamas. And unfortunately, all of the people in Palestine voted for Hamas. And they put them into power. So I know that it's sad that women and children are dying, but when you have parents that are both male and female, men and women, that vote a terrorist organization into power, unfortunately, the parents have to live with the consequences of putting a terrorist organization in power, and sometimes that means their children who didn't get a choice end up dead. So, sorry for the loss, but Jutizo, I'm from Utah. You can't even spell terrorist right, dude. If you're gonna make a claim, back it up. How many times has Israel secretly attacked the United States or other nations? How many times has Israel received funding and weapons and support from Iran? How many times has the United States or Israel said, we're going to destroy everything that's in the Red Sea and tank the global economy because we don't like this group of religious people? We don't do that. Big bahunkas, you don't know what intelligence is. Shoot me an email, Big A. Shoot me an email. Well, I mean, it is in the Middle East. I mean, that's kind of what happens. So, thank you. Devin wears hats. Thank you. I like my mustache as well. Earth Modesto, what's going on? I'm glad that we're the thing you woke up to. Simba. Yep. Agreed, Simba. Been there. I've got that one. Cool, Kevin. I got a lot of folks from Texas, a lot of folks all over the U.S. and all over the world. We've got a lot of people from the U.K., from Australia. So, yeah, we do all those things. Bold of you to assume I'm afraid of a hijab. Cool. Am I taking any side in the war? I fully support Israel. I fully support their right to exist. Man, I'm going to piss a lot of people off today. I'm afraid of his jobs, but it is okay. I'm not afraid of a hijab. I have lots of friends that are Muslim. All right? What's up, Odd? What's going on? That's okay. I'm sure that we've got a bunch of people that are down thumbing the stream right now. We had this guy jump in and start spouting crap, and agreed, sponsor, agreed. Talking about false flags and everything like that, man. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to the chat and the video today, the stream. Where to start? So, what's on everybody's mind is you're right, it's not a two-state solution. So if the Palestinians don't want a two-state, in fact, I don't even want to mess with this anymore. I'm done with you, Mister. I'm normally not one to block people. I just don't want to listen to you anymore. Sorry, just don't want to listen to you. Sorry, Big Bahunkas, you're freaking weird. Yeah, I'm done. Done with you. You guys know I am not a silencer. I'm a big constitutional guy, but I'm not gonna let him hijack my chat. I'm not gonna let him hijack the stream and sit there and ruin it for everybody. So there's a lot of stuff going on. The first thing I was going to exactly, Baba Booey, and that's I honestly think if President Trump decides to do anything, we're gonna go drop the munitions that we've talked about. Yes, Rafa, man, we've got another one in here, unless that's the same guy, and then we'll just drop it. We are big Israel supporters here. I am a huge Israel supporter. If you have a problem with it, you can leave, or you can cry when Iran is toppled. So yeah, I hope that Trump sends the B-2s with the massive ordnance penetrators, the GBU 57s, and multi-story drops those bombs. Oh, if I had to pick, drive, M-Lock or RIS? I have M-Lock right now, but I also have some key mod stuff. I still have some key mod stuff. Yeah, I don't think that'll be the case. I don't think that's what President Trump is interested in. And this is my take. Israel is over there, okay? Israel is over there. We know that Israel has agents, and they have. Well, I'm in the military. My dad was in the military for 25 years. His dad was in the military for 18 years, and my great grandfather was in the military for 10 years. So I have, like, my heritage is about 70 years worth of military service. Not that makes me an expert, but I do work really closely with Intel folks, and so I've got a little bit different insight than a lot of people. I know that we live in a very gray world, and so being black and white about everything is impossible. I would love for us to not be involved in wars, but every time America has practiced complete isolationism, the world goes to absolute fuck all shit. So I don't think we're going to do that, Vinland. I don't think we're going to do that with Iran. I think that Israel decided to take action for a specific reason. I think there's a reason that President Trump said, you have 60 days, Iran, to come to the table and negotiate. And that's fine. I appreciate it. I'm more than happy to listen to somebody's perspective. What I don't want is for somebody to come in like, what's Babushka man that came in here and was just trying to take over the chat. If you want to state your argument, state your argument. We'll probably disagree, but I'm okay. We don't have to agree. Nobody has to agree with anything. But I think it's important that we have it. You think I'm a hypocrite? Okay. That's nice, Orbital. You don't know anything about me. People were saying, I don't know if you're the same dude, if you're saying, I'm against the hijab, but I'm okay with a whatever the freak other thing it was called. I'm not against hijabs. If women want to wear hijabs, wear hijabs. Okay? I don't have a problem with it if you want to wear it. What about a B2? Yeah, Orbital, what about the B2? What about it? Anyways, so I've been having fun today with all my shorts and everything like that. Straw pie. I've never shot a Smith & Wesson M&P, but I know somebody in the chat right now that loves their Smith & Wesson M&P. Hey, sponsor, do you want to tell them about the Smith & Wesson M&P? What you think of it? From what I have seen from my good buddy sponsor here, he loves his M&P. What's going on, JC? Hey, Zeus. What do I think of the X95 Tavor? I think that the X95 Tavor, I think it's all right. I think bullpups are good rifles. And okay, I think pretty much all guns are cool guns. I like guns. Okay, I have several behind me. I'm adding more whenever I can, and I don't get to shoot them as much as I would like to. At least not at this point in time. Maybe that'll change in the future. But I think guns are cool. I think they're fun. I think that they're important to self-defense. I think that they give freedom to people, and they help ensure freedom where it exists. So, Marley, I don't do as much hunting as I'd like to. Prefer 1911s or Glocks. I like both. I own Glocks. I don't have a 1911. The reason this guy talks about self-defense but invades other countries. So, if you have a neighbor, all right? If you have a neighbor that says, I'm going to kill you and your whole family. They say that every day. Every day you see them. I'm going to kill you and your whole family. And you're like, well, I wouldn't do that. I'll defend myself. Like, I'm going to kill you and your whole family. I'm going to kill you and your whole family. I'm going to kill you and your whole family. Okay? Every single day you report it to the police and say, oh, they can't really do anything about it. Can't really do anything about it. Can't really do anything about it because he's not taking any action. And then one day he says, hey, I finally got that gun that I said I was going to come and kill your whole family with. Yeah, I'm probably going to do something about it. So, if you continue to threaten all the time that you're going to kill a nation or kill multiple nations or kill allies, and you say, as soon as we get a nuke, we're going to eradicate Israel. As soon as we get a nuke, we're gonna free the Muslim world from the Jews. As soon as we get a nuke, we're going to kill the great Satan. As soon as we get a nuke, we're going to do this to their allies. As soon as we get a nuke, we're gonna attack the infidels and the supporters of the great Satan. If you keep talking shit like that every single day, eventually somebody's gonna go, you know what? I think I'm done with that. Kai, we were talking about Iran. Yes, it is, Gabriel. Yes, it is. It's an AR pistol in 9mm. If there is a war, would you serve in Iran? If that's where I'm supposed to, I'm in the reserves, guys. Like, you guys think that that I don't have any sweat in this game. I'm in the reserves. Okay, I was in the Middle East last year. I have a family. All right, like, I have one of my airmen that's right now in the Middle East. Okay, I have sweat in this game. Yeah, Kai, I'm 20 years Air Force Reserve. Yeah, I've met lots of people that are cool. Dude, one of my favorite comedians, okay? He's a Persian. His family came from Iran. All right? I love that dude. He's cool. I've met him. I've had conversations with him. He's a super cool guy. All right? No, Vinland, I'm still in. I'm not just saying this from someone that's just a random dude who's fat, who is sitting at home happy and, hey, what's going on, Practical? Who's sitting at home, doesn't have any sweat in the game, and just making comments in the security of his own life, okay? I am saying this knowing full well that if things escalate, I could be over there, okay? I'm okay with that. I accept that. I volunteered for it. I've been over there before. I'll go back if I have to. So, I got you, Russell. He's going to be Lieutenant. Orbital, you've got nothing. Any day of the week, Orbital. Any day of the week. Okay? I can take you. Any day of the week. Oh my gosh.
Dad?
Yes.
Can you ring my phone?
Can I ring your phone? I can.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Helping my kids. Just a second, everybody. Alrighty. I don't know where Orbital's fun. from, but I get the feeling he's just sad because he still wipes his ass with his hand with sand, and yeah. Oh, I will if you want me to. Which small one? I got a lot of them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Orbital is into that whole S-Vest game. He's all about that. No, I won't be front lines, but I don't think most people are going to be front lines. Juice World, I do. I've got a 12 gauge right there. The black one on the right. This is an AR. It's an AR-15. It's 5.56. See, the difference between you and I, Orbital, is that I'm not going to 1v1 you hand-to-hand. See, I don't like going to war. I don't like violence. I don't like all these things. But if I'm going to get into a fight with somebody, guess what? I'm going to win. There are no rules in war. Hey, Tyler. There are no rules in war. There's who's alive and who's dead. Do y'all have beef or something? Now, he just showed up in the chat, started chanting, like, free Israel, death to Israel, or, sorry, free Palestine, death to Israel, something about false flags and hates America and all that, so. Orbital, do you know something that you want to share? You said down with Israel. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Orbital, it was his other account. So, Israel has a right to exist. They're not the ones that said we want to kill everybody. They said, let's have a thing. I could, he just shows up with a new account, so. Exactly. Like, we have rules, but it's one of those things that, that it's like, what it comes down to is, the people that make the rules are the ones that survive. Oh my goodness. Here we go. I'm done. Bye, Orbital. I'm done with you. Freaking hell. They never quit. They never quit, man. Free Detroit, for real. Yes, I do have guns. I have lots of guns. I like guns. Dude, that's what I mean, is you get people that are these... I had that. So that's why I've got what I have on there. Yeah, I agree. I don't want to see people go to war. So, Gibby, have I watched The Purge? No, I actually haven't. That's awesome, Juice World. Dude, we were talking about politics and Iran and Israel and... I know it opens a whole can of worms. But, here, hold on just a second. Hegegev, a 44 Magnum is definitely more powerful. What's to the left of this of the 5.56? That's my AR 9mm, man. Gibby, I know what the movie The Purge is, and I know what that concept is, but Average, your package is going out this weekend, so I'm waiting for. I need to know what flavor. Do you want sugar-free or not sugar-free Rippets? Yeah, exactly, sponsor. Yeah. So, no, Far West Coast. That's a 6.5 Creedmoor. Juice World, I sometimes go hunting for birds. What would I do in a purge situation? I would probably, like drive out to the wilderness. So far, I'm not going to. I'm not going to Iran. Neither is any other American that I'm aware of. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens, everybody. We'll see what happens. I hope not. I don't want to see. I don't want to see us go to war. But if we do, then we do. Gail, I'm from Utah. No problem, 5150. I appreciate everything you've done for the channel, and I take care of my fans. These are the guns that I show off. JT, unfortunately, you cannot have my shotgun. JT, are you the JT that I think I know? Or are you a different JT? Do I know you? I know NBA Youngboy's in Utah. Skater Boy, what's going on? Welcome. So yeah, we can move on. You're new here. Well, welcome, bud. I have a brother named JT, so that's why I asked that question. I don't have a Car 98. I do have a single fire SMG. I have a pistol caliber carbine right there, 9mm. You have an M4, but I love the pumps because they can fire. Whee! Yep, pumps are fun. Post Malone too does live out here. He does live out here. One of my buddies, he works at a place that builds builds steel targets, and Post Malone will go shoot at their location. So I own Glock clones, Chris the Creator. Oh, so all of my pistols are PSA. I have replacement barrels and replacement triggers. I went with them because it costs less than a Glock, and I knew I was going to replace a bunch of stuff and put optics on it, so I didn't want to spend $700 per gun. So I spent less than that. It's a map of China, JT. Specifically, it's a map with Wuhan, China, the virus city. What's going on, Martin or Marty? Thank you. Glad you're here. Chris the Creator, switches are illegal. What pistol optics? So I have I have these two pistols, and I have a third pistol that I carry, and I have hollow sun optics on all my pistols. So yeah, because I know a lot of Glock people that really like Glock, but they end up replacing like the trigger and a couple of other things. Oh, far west coast. Are you in California, bud? So, Kingdom of Inland, I looked up Desert Tech. They've got a bullpup, I think. And it looks really nice. Oh, Canada. Dude, I'm sorry. And they're going to make you turn it in? That's stupid. So, I like Desert Tech. I just think it's a little overpriced. Because you could probably get a decent bullpup. Not that it isn't very well built. Don't get me wrong. Because there's some guns that I would pay an overpriced amount. I would love to get an Alien Luago or an Alien Romulus. So I have I have a 407C on my Glock 19 clone, and I have a 407K on my 43X clone. You went with the TSIS and bought the BX9? That's cool. Big Country Animations. Thank you. Major money. Okay, we've got a lot of things. So there's a bunch of different calibers and things. So if I had to choose between a 308 and an AR-15, depending on the situation, I'm probably going to lean towards AR-15. If I have to choose between a 1911 and a Glock, I'm going to go with a Glock. And I would do a red dot on the Glock, and I would do like a reflex, like an ACOG on the AR-15. Thank you, Tactical Dad. Hey, sponsor, I think we should reach out to Tactical Dad. He's out in Illinois, and I think he'd be good people, if you catch my drift. Fuck. So that's the way I would go. Tactical Dad, shoot me, email me or email sponsor, so that we need to send you an important email when you get a chance. Email me or email sponsor. Yeah, I was talking about their bullpups. I like the bullpup. I just think that it's a little costly, that's all. So it's probably, I imagine it's a much better build than like an AUG or even a Tavor. It just seems very, it seems just a little bit overpriced. But I could be wrong. I know that they're also a smaller company. They're local here in Utah. I know a lot of smaller companies, they have to charge a little more. So I think it's I do think it would be a great option. If you were to get one, I would not. I wouldn't pinch my nose at that. So, yeah, good stuff there. Good stuff, man. Drewski, I have not done the Glock pistol AR kit, but Carson, who was in the chat a minute there, I don't know if he is. Marley, Glock 19 or Glock 19 clone. But Drewski, Carson Hansen, C Hansen 423. He's another YouTuber, and he has the Recover Tactical, like the macaroni kit for the Glock. So if you want to see one in action, you can go check out his channel. He's got some good stuff there. Thank you, everybody who's hit like and who has subscribed to the channel since we started our stream. I really appreciate that. See my favorite knife? Yeah, I've got it on me. Show you my knife. My EDC knife. Close. Not a 3 and a blackout. 9mm. And you missed the AK on the floor. It's kind of hidden. So this is my my CPM D2 from Benchmade. That's my EDC knife. Tasneem, what's going on, man? 10mm is amazing. Finding a good like AR 10mm is not as easy as I had hoped. Aero Precision is supposed to be working on one, but it's not out quite yet. When they put one out, I'll probably do that. And I'll get the upper for both the 10mm and the 45 because it will likely be a dual caliber. Devin, so one of the things that I'm a little I haven't heard of Normandy knives, Jesus. Oh, just a little bit of everything, Oliver. I hear you, Drewski. It does suck. Sorry, my wife just texted me. Okay. Alrighty. So Marley, something you can do, just something to consider. Do you have an optic on your G48? Drewski, that's from Dagger Defense. Sorry, Carson. That's the first one I've seen in a little bit. Somebody was asking about the Recover Tactical thing. Drewski, it's the red optic and the red iron sights are from Dagger Defense. Holding EPS carry, Hollow Sun. Okay, so if it's cheaper to buy just a comp, I would buy a comp for. I have my Dagger Micro, which is like a 43X clone. I have the slide for it. It's called the C1 slide. And it has a comp milled into the front of it, so it's just a little bit longer, and it makes it smooth like butter and like much easier to shoot. My daughter, who's 16, has shot it. My wife has shot it. They both, and for a compact pistol in 9mm, and I use pretty volatile ammo, pretty plus P ammo. It makes it a lot easier. So definitely comp it up. If the comp is going to cost you more than a couple $100, maybe look at PSA and just get the slide with the comp. Get the C1 slide. If you've already got an optic, it comes pre-cut for an optic, and you can have the C1 comp integrated into the slide. So, yeah. Thanks, Tactical Dad. Carson, I can still only see the one thing that says, "Can you see my chat?" I don't know what's going on. I haven't used AAC 76239. The last 76239 I used was just white box from Winchester. Oh, gotcha, bud. Gotcha. At least you have that, Far West. We're just talking about different types of guns and carries and things like that. Mia?
Yeah?
Why are you in Riley's room?
Oh, I asked Riley first because I have to blow dry my hair, but Mom has the blow dryer that I don't know how to use.
Okay. All right, just making sure. So, oh, what stuff is Carson trying to figure out? Yeah. Best concealed carry in the smallest form factor. Plum, probably your best bet is going to be something like what I have. Anybody that wants to chime in, they can absolutely chime in. My personal opinion is like a Glock 43X or 43X clone. Shield Plus is a great option. So, just something that's not going to limit you in your capacity, but still offer you the snap of good 9mm. Influencer, I have a Glock 19 clone. Daryl, what's your favorite gun that I've got? I'm sorry, legend. Hello, I'm assuming that's India. Ortiz, yo, what's going on, bud? Ortiz Outdoors in the house, everybody. By the way, everyone, again, thank you for hitting the like button. We have 88 people watching right now. So, hey, all 88 people, if even half of you, if you haven't already, if even half of you double tap your screen if you're on a phone or if you're on a computer and just hit the like button, that does so much for our channel. It spreads the video, it spreads the live stream, it gets me out there, helps us grow. It's really good for us. So if you guys would take just 1 or 2 seconds, double tap that screen, hit the like button, help us spread this on YouTube. Let's get as many people as we can. I try to talk to everybody. I really like talking to everybody. Hi, sponsor. Aaron, what do I think about the Taurus Protector Poly 357? Is that a wheel gun? Is that a wheel gun, Aaron? Is that a revolver? I don't have a lot of experience with Taurus revolvers. I've heard people say really good things, but I've also heard people say mixed reviews. I did carry a Taurus semi-automatic for a long time, and I didn't ever have any problems. So my guess is that it's probably solid. Probably a low-cost, effective tool. Coco, you want to know how small my pecker is? That's really weird. That's really weird. That's not the first. That's pretty forward of you, buddy. That is very forward. Coco, everybody, check it out. Coco wants to know. He wants to know what kind of unit I've got going on. He's comparing my guns to my unit. It is now 0 days, although it was 0 days yesterday too, since someone asked me about the size of my pecker. So that's fine. I appreciate it, Coco. I appreciate it. I have 3 children and a very satisfied wife, so I must be doing something right. Far West. That's actually one of our goals. If you look up at the top of the screen, at the top of the chat, we have a goal. And the goal for the channel is to fund. We did a fund, and I let the chat vote and pick what kind of revolver I'm going to buy. Because as you can see, there is no revolver. So I am now going to be purchasing a revolver. We hit our $500 goal towards putting the revolver on layaway, and now we're working on a lever action. We know what caliber the lever action is going to be. It's going to be 45-70. Orbital, dude, best advice for a new dad: just be involved, man. Help your wife, your partner, your girlfriend, whoever she is. Just be involved. Don't try to do everything. Just say, what can I do? And then do your best. Like that's the best thing that you can do, bud. You're welcome, Coco. You're welcome. I like it when people joke. I was being serious. I know that I've got a tiny pecker. That's what I would recommend. But yeah, so our goal for the channel now, we've already put $500. We've got $500 towards our revolver. We're obviously going to keep working on the cost of the revolver because you guys voted on a Colt Python at $357. That's much more than than $500, but we're working on that. And then you guys also voted you want me to get a lever gun so that I can be all cowboyed up. I do look like Private Pile. I do. You know, until he went crazy at the end, he was actually kind of a fun character. And I knew a lot of people in basic training and in boot camp from other branches that were a lot like Pyle when they first joined the military. So I'm not going to take that as offensive. I'll take that for what it's worth. Thank you, Far West. I appreciate that. Gunslinger from Wish. I want to know. What's it going to be? Betta, haven't seen you in a little bit. What's going on, buddy? Hi, says, you look like Private... Oh, I already saw that. All right. Ghost Tetris, 365 SIG. So, Ghost, here's the thing. I think the 365 isn't bad, but I really don't like SIG right now. Dang it, Theo. I like it. DPMS with the 300 blackout. I like it. I hear you, Aaron, but the deal was, and this is what we do on the channel because you're new here. So I've said, like, if my ad revenue is, I view that as revenue that, like, I create the stuff and everything, and if it does well, then it does well. If it doesn't, then I'm not doing a good job of creating content. But when it comes to the live streams and it comes to the super chats and memberships and donations and things like that, that's you guys directly helping. That's you guys saying, I like this guy. Here's some money towards a gun. So because you guys do that, I let you guys pick it. So that's what happened. That's why we're doing a Colt Python. Believe me, a Taurus was on the list, but everybody voted for the Colt Python, so that's what we're going with. But I appreciate it, dude. I love 44 mag. I grew up shooting a 44 mag. Gunslinger, we're using a PSA lower and a lower. Dude, I tell people all the time, if you're going to build or you're going to assemble some kind of AR, if it's going to be an AR-15, find the lowest costing aluminum lower that you can, because the lower doesn't really do anything. The lower literally just... You're cool, Shaw. My brother has a Mini 14. I like Mini 14s. I think they're fun. Exactly. It houses the trigger mechanism and it houses the magazine. Maybe some of them have some issues with magazines, but if it's DPMS cut, it should house 95% of the uppers that are out there. The upper build is where you start to get into, that's when you need to be a little bit more careful. So that's when you maybe need to put in a little bit more money. And even then, probably the main upper, like the actual upper receiver part, is less important than your barrel, your chamber, and your BCG. I would agree with that, Fuyu. I would agree with that. So, man. I like it, Gunslinger. Dude, I'm a huge kit person. All the ARs behind me, assembled by yours truly, with some form of arrow precision. The AR-15 does have an Anderson lower. That is frightening, Betta. It is frightening that you've got me an AR. Yes, I agree. 300 is good when you put a suppressor on it and in a short barrel. I would say you got a good thing. Yeah, Vinland. If I don't know what their rules are on rifles, but if you can do a Mini 14, I would do a Mini 14. Yeah, agreed. Fuyu. I love blemish stuff. You know why I love blemish stuff, everybody? Because I shoot my guns. All right. Aaron, if you want to fund it, you can just click on the dollar sign and you can donate, or I can show you guys my Venmo. Give me a second. I'll put my Venmo up there. YouTube takes 30% of anything you guys donate. So if you guys want to do my Venmo, you can do my Venmo. It's actually my wife's Venmo. I'm going to be completely honest. It's my wife's Venmo. Here we go. If you guys want to donate towards the revolver and the lever gun, you can do at that's Venmo. Oh, I don't have Cash App. I actually don't have a Cash App. So M-Lock or Picatinny handguard. Ooh, Emmett. I have M-Lock on some of them. I don't have Picatinny on any of my stuff. I had Picatinny when, well, my M4 that I qualify on with the Air Force is Picatinny. Johnson, Lawn, and Snowpro. I've actually never shot 17 HMR. Never shot 17 HMR. So I cannot, in all honesty and integrity, answer that question. I don't know. That's awesome, Gunslinger. I've got a really cool shotgun that's coming. Dark Mountains. I don't have any body armor. Well, I have issued body armor. Ryan, hey, how's it going in South Africa? How are you guys doing? How is everything that's going on in the world affecting South Africa? I know South Africa's got some stuff going on. Africa, for those of you that don't know, because we never really hear about Africa unless it's something really crazy, but there's like crazy shit going on in Africa all the time, like year round. There's genocide, there's murders, there's like villages and little like tribal wars and stuff. There's all kinds of stuff like that going on in Africa all the time. We just don't hear about it very often. So, like, remember Africa, like we don't hear about it as much, but like if you're a praying person, if you're a faith-based person, like maybe every once in a while, think about Africa and what you can do, because like they go through stuff and it's just a regular, like we hear about the Middle East because we're more involved in the Middle East. I'm sure there are many reasons for that. I know everybody, like the stereotypical is like, because there's oil in the Middle East. Well, there's gold and diamonds in Africa. So, I mean, it's not just about wealth, because there's plenty of wealth in Africa. But yeah, it's pretty messed up. So just remember that the Middle East and America and Ukraine and all that, Africa's a country too, and stuff happens. So Ryan, be safe for you there, man. I know that South Africa's had some stuff go on with the apartheid and some of the genocide against some of the ethnically white people versus the black people in South Africa, but then also like the black people that are not against the white people in South Africa. I know it's crazy right now. So yeah. Yeah, I am aware of that. Ryan. What's my favorite? Gamer King. I don't have a favorite 22 long rifle suppressor. It's 22. I'm not saying don't suppress 22, but the only 22 I own is my Marlin, and it's already pretty quiet. Exactly, Sean. It's crazy. Like there's stuff that's going on in Africa, and like what's frightening is that China and Russia actually have a lot of interest in Africa. And that should worry people more. it should worry people that China and Russia have the interest that they do in Africa, and I believe Iran to an extent. I have not seen that, Drewski. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're almost 200 subs from 8,000, which would be insane because, you know, like last month, I think I was at Gamer King. I do own a gas mask. I have an M40. I have an M40 series gas mask. That's mine. It's over here. There. See that green bag right next to the blue one? That's a gas mask. So, yeah. No, that's mine. That one's actually mine. That I paid for. Yeah, and that's what I mean, Jean. The fact that there's Wagner troops in Africa should be a little bit worrisome. Neo, I don't right now, but we're working on getting some cowboy guns for the channel. We are. Second one from the left. This, guys, this is my AR-10. It's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. So it is a very long range. Like, if you play Fortnite or COD or anything like that, if you play video games and you've ever used like a long range sniper, this is definitely a long range sniper. Vinland, I agree. I think the STG-44, I don't think it's completely gone. I think that it'll come back. I think they're just trying to hammer out some other things. I think they see some value in that shotgun. I think they're going to push the shotgun a little bit, and then I think they're going to go back to the SGG. That's what I think they'll do. Gamer King, I do not have a 450 Bushmaster, but one of my subs does. On the right note, so this is a 9mm AR. It's an AR-9, well, it's an EPC 9, and then this was just a standard AR-15. I don't own an M4 at home. M4s are full auto or 3-round burst, depending on the version. And so, as of right now, it's very difficult to own an M4 as a civilian. I do not have chickens. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. Fly killer. I don't know. Right now, I have this shotgun. This is a bird shotgun, so it's a full-length shotgun. It's got like a 26, 28-inch barrel. And then upstairs, I have one with like a 24-inch barrel. That's just a regular full-stock shotgun. Some of my subscribers and buddies, they're not about the pistol grip shotgun. With the integrated stock. They like just the stock, no pistol grip on the shorter barrel shotgun, like 18.5. So I'm getting a Mossberg 930 in about a week. So that's where I stand. I say either one, whichever one you like more. If you prefer regular stock, go regular stock. If you prefer a pistol grip, go with the pistol grip. That's what I would say. Yeah. Yeah, so Ryan, here, that's an AR pistol because in the United States, if it has a barrel shorter than 16 inches, it has to be designated a pistol. Debashis, I don't own a 50 cal. Ryan, I do not own any CZs. I think CZs are cool, but I also think they're a little overrated, just a bit. Are guns bulletproof? Not always. Most times, no. Some of them can take hits better than others. I've done a gun review on my AR-9 and all 3 of my daggers. I did one on my AK-47, my Noriko. What is my dream rifle setup? Okay, Woodland Chad, dream rifle setup. You can't own an order to do the Hughes. Yeah. So it's the Brady Act within the Hughes Amendment, Vinland. So you could Now, I would love for that to be done away with, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So, in theory, you could have a transferable AR-15 or M16 lower that then you could attach just like a collapsible stock, and you could build it into an M4, but Zen and Ink, wax slugs. Davashis, I'm working on getting a Colt Python. Okay, I want to answer Woodland's question. What is your dream rifle setup? No limits, and why that one? I would love to have like an original Magpul, not Remington and not Bushmaster, Magpul ACR. If I was going to get just like a semi-auto rifle, I would love to have an original ACR. I think that would be just sick. With like a Trijicon ACOG on it, I'd be set. Oh man, I've got hiccups. Do I have a video on my gun collection? I do live streams a lot, and I do close-ups on them. Debashis, I carry a Glock 19 clone. Ranger TS. What do you think about Ranger TS and 9mm and 45 ACP? Well, I like 9mm and I like 45 ACP. I don't know that I'm familiar with Ranger TS, with a Ranger TS. Hello, Brittany. B Fatty, I'm jealous. I wish I had a ghost gun. Ryan, it's a PSA dagger. It's a PSA dagger. Oh, Winchester Ranger T. Is that a... that's not a lever gun, is it? No, so Debashis, we can't actually touch any of the guns on a live stream. It's a 1 gallon, so 1.6 liters, or no, 2.3 liters. I can't remember. Yeah, we can't touch guns on a live stream. So, zombie gun. So, yeah. What's my favorite World War II from any country? My favorite World War II. Okay, this is a cop-out. My favorite World War II gun is the Ma Deuce, is the Browning M2, because it's also the only one that still is in regular use by many countries around the world. Winchester Ranger T is hollow point ammo, apparently big in the U.S. At least that's how it's sold in South Africa. So it's ammo. So I wonder if it's just semi-jacketed. Like, I don't think we call it that here. I think it's just semi-jacketed hollow point ammo by Winchester. So, SKS, Jeff, I like it. The bar is really cool. I do like the H car. I do like the H car, the modernized bar. M2A1s are cool. Marnus, it's a, I assume you're talking about this one. It's a 6.5 Creedmoor AR. It's an AR chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Austin, you missed it. We had a guy in here earlier who was, it is an Amazon scope. You missed it. There was a guy in here who was all kinds of talking about like how I hated, it was crazy. Like as much beef as I have with you, Austin, this guy was a tool. He was like an anti-Israel, anti-Jew kind of dude. I wasn't about that. It's pissed me off. My favorite gun in my collection is my AK, is my Norinco. All of my scopes, so like all of my optics, with the exception of my my Marlin, my Model 60, that one's a Bushnell, so it's not like it's super, super fancy. All of my optics, and it's something that I've built on my channel, it's one of the things I do, is I buy inexpensive stuff. The reason I buy inexpensive stuff is because everybody knows that for the most part, if you're going to buy a Vortex, if you're going to buy an aim point, if you're going to buy a SIG optic, like, or an EOTech, or a Trijicon, or a Loophole, you're going to get a really good optic. Ryan, my name is not Ben, but I know a guy named Ben. Why? Um, so anyways, what I do is I like to buy really inexpensive. I would believe that, Adam. I would believe that you're a diehard 2A supporter, but also left wing. I don't mind that. I really don't mind. I think that everybody should own guns. I really do. Because if everybody owned guns, then everybody would think twice before they decided to play F around and find out. I am a firm believer is that Winston Churchill, it's the Second Amendment. So there's people that are like, there's people that are gun people, and then there's people that are Second Amendment people. And I try to differentiate the two because gun people are like, oh yeah, I support guns, but only like hunting guns, or I only support revolvers, or I only support certain types of guns in certain situations. I am a firm believer in that arms of any kind should not be restricted as long as they are arms. Now, that means like a nuclear weapon is not an arm. A tank is an arm. You could, in theory, operate a tank on your own. It wouldn't be easy, but you could. If everybody has access to arms, and everybody has it, okay, then before someone who owns arms thinks about robbing someone else or attacking someone else, they're going to go, no, everyone's allowed to have guns. Does that person have a gun? Because if I decide to pull a gun and go to threaten them, they're within their rights to stop me. That's why, like, people talk about, the Wild West. People say that the Wild West is bad. There actually weren't as many shootouts and murders and things in the Wild West as people think. There really weren't. Yeah. Exactly, Gunslinger. Yeah, I think that's awesome, Adam. I think that it's smart. So whether we agree politically, like there's something to be said. Like if there's the potential that everyone could be armed, you're probably gonna think twice before you do something stupid, like try to steal someone's car or try to assault someone, because there's a high probability that in the process of trying to assault, you will end up being not alive. So. Yeah, Wild West, actually, Tombstone did have very strict gun laws, but everybody carried guns. Gage, I have 8 behind me right now. Hey, thanks, Joel. Appreciate it, buddy. Zombie Hunter, what's going on?
Dude,
What's up?
people are getting mad at Sabrina Carpenter right now
Why?
because so a couple of artists, Olivia Rodrigo is one of them, like, I guess when Trump won the election, like, he used one of her songs and she didn't like that, so she was
Okay.
like, please don't use my song, and they took it down.
Okay.
But Sabrina Carpenter's song was recently used in a post
Uh-huh.
on TikTok for Trump, and a bunch of people are saying, like, so is Sabrina just gonna let this dictator use her song, or are we really gonna let Sabrina do this? Or, oh, I didn't know Sabrina was like that, or,
And she
So
probably was
she's-
like, I don't care.
yeah,
Yeah. Like, who cares?
yeah.
Yeah.
They're all really
Adam.
that she would change after this.
All of my pistols, I have all 3 of PSA's daggers, so I love them. I think they're great. I'm 700 rounds into all 3 of them. They each have 700 rounds, or about that, and they're great. Yeah, in fact, Gunslinger's absolutely right, you guys. The K98, the bolt action that's in the K98 was actually leased. The Mauser action is leased to almost every modern bolt. Like the Springfield 1903, that has it. That Springfield style 1903. The 30-06 has it. Like, I think almost every Remington Model 700 has that bolt. So it's good stuff. What's my controversial hear me out gun choice? Ooh, what's my controversial hear me out gun choice? I'm sure I've got one. No, Ryan, I've not had any failures. 700 rounds in each one, no failures. No failure to feeds, no issues with magazines, no like magazine drops. It's just they've worked. I agree. Gunslinger, I would agree that that's true for almost any gun manufacturer. PK Days, not any that I am super aware of. There's been nothing official that's gone out. There's a lot of rumor. It's rumor intelligence. So if you do it right, Adam, for $800, you could actually buy 3 daggers and the optics and the mags. I know because I've done it. Yeah, I do think that they perform better with OEM Glock mags, except in the micro. I think that the dagger magazine for the micro, the 15 round, dude. That 15 round Glock 43X compatible mag, then it's good. Adam, I have not tried Daria. Alboni, Trump. Everybody go check out California Teen. He does like new age kind of synth music. He wrote a song for our channel. I asked him to write a song for us. We're gonna try to use it in a future video, probably about the future, because it's got a very kind of cyberpunk vibe to it. So I'll find a way to make that. They are different. They are different. So, a staccato is a very expensive gun. And so I don't know if a lot of people want to spend the money on a staccato. So, Ant AP, Sire Mink X, hello. I like it. I like it, Johnny. So, good stuff. Good stuff there. Hey, everybody that's just joining us. I do not have an M4, Marnus. M4s are extremely hard to legally own as a civilian. I carry appendix. I carry right here. So for my Glock 19 clone, Ryan, I have a CYA holster. I've heard a lot of good things about We the People holsters. For my Glock 43X clone, I carry a I can never remember what it is, but it is a minimalist holster. And who is it by? Hold on, let me Google it again real quick. Sorry, it's Mission First Tactical. For my 43X. For my 43X, I carry a Mission First Tactical holster. It's really tiny. Austin, I think that's a fair choice. But if you live on a certain budget and your choice is to get a gun that will work and that you can bet your life on, or not have a gun for 7 months while I save up to buy a $2,000 gun, I'd rather spend $400 or $500 on a gun and have one and know that I have the gun, and then save up again to buy a better gun. Sure. Zenitco stuff is pretty cool. I think oh, who is it? Give me a second. One of my buddies that I do stuff with. Muzzlebroke. Muzzlebroke has some Zenitco AK stuff. Yeah. Philibest, you Germans do build some pretty good guns. Yeah, Austin, if you're cautious and you're mindful, you can actually get a good Glock for less than that. So, I like it, Adam. Philip. Switzerland builds good guns too. Guy Smith, I'd probably just stick with 5.56. I think it's pretty much the most universal rifle round that's on the planet right now. What just happened? You can play music over stream. Sorry, California teen, I can't. The reason I can't do that is because YouTube gets really funky about music that's played over live streams. I know you're giving me permission, but if it's not from their library, they get funky. So I'm not going to do that right now, all right, bud? That's true, Gunslinger. Lots of loops. Sorry, bud, but I appreciate it. I think 545 by 39 is a really interesting cartridge, Vinland. I think that it has some really neat ballistic properties and capabilities. I don't think it performs quite as well as 556, but the fact that you can get it in the AK platform, I think that's really cool. The problem is that it's hard to find, I think, here in the US right now. Final Fantasy V, West Virginia, burger. What is your opinion about 20-inch ARs and 5.56? Great choice. 20 inches gives you, I think, peak performance in 5.56. Adam, I would agree. High Point does make guns that will perform exactly as you need them to. Austin, I agree. I think that would be a solid gun. Guy Smith, if I was gonna pick like a normal compact size gun, I would go with 9mm. If I was gonna go for like a sub or an ultra compact, I would probably go 45. Because if I'm gonna be restricted to less than 10 rounds, I might as well have the ballistics of 45. Gabriel, I would recommend. I wouldn't go any less than like Aero Precision for the upper, but for the lower, I would go with the lowest costing forged aluminum lower you can find. Ryan Snyman, the rifles, maybe no. The full auto Glocks, yes. What is the fastest sniper? Marnus, I don't really know what that means. I assume, I don't know if you're talking about a person or a type of gun. Yeah, I've never seen a high point fail either. Yeah. It's one of those weird law things, Ryan. It's one of those weird law things where you have to submit a tax stamp and all kinds of stupid crap. So, 100% Adam. You could do that, Austin. You could do a 357 mag. I think that's heavier than carrying, like, say, what is it, a Glock 27? Is a Glock 27, is that what I'm thinking of? I think it's a Glock 27. It's a really, really small 45 Glock that carries like 6 rounds of Glock because it's double stacked, but it's only like that tall. Yeah, Vinland, I agree. Again, same with 7.62 by 3.9. I think it's a fun round, and I think it's a great way to go out and build like basic mechanics for shooting and things, but now it's getting to the point that it's not cost effective. I have shot a high point. I think that they're not the most fun to shoot. They're heavy and they're ugly, but they work. Absolutely, Adam. Would love to. Would absolutely love to. Miles, you say that every time, and yet the ATF has never done anything. So I don't think you know what illegal means. I kind of think you're just don't like guns. Austin, go after Miles for me. He's being a tool. I would say yes. Final Fantasy V. Yeah. That's what Gunslinger, I agree. I'm hoping that Short and Hearing Protection Act go through and we get that. Would you rather use a katana against 200 zombies or a crowbar against 200 zombies? I'd rather just run away from the 200 zombies and not have to deal with close quarters combat. I agree. I think he's just jealous of my mustache. He attacks my mustache every time he's in here, and I think he's jealous of it. Probably a katana, because I'd have better reach. Mark 18. Good gun. Good gun, Tally. Thank you, California team. Later, Philip. Glad you stopped by. It's good to see you, man. I get that one a lot too, Austin. That's fine. I'll take that. Farva's goofy as shit, but he's goofy as shit. If I can make people laugh, I'll take that as a win. Let's see. Dude. Go check out Miles 1987's profile picture, guys. I mean, he's gonna open that can of worms. Let's just go ahead and do it. Hey, I also noticed, you guys, that Theo, Men of Action, J-Dog, and FV Ordnance are all online. So that's cool. Go check them out too. Dude, no, you're good, Austin. If you think I look like Farva, you should check out Miles 1987. Look at his profile picture. That dude looks like Farva. Like if Farva shaved, that's what that's what Miles 1987 looks like. You're in CQB in a house and your enemy pins. If an enemy has pinned my rifle down, I'm probably not going to be able to reach for anything. If they pin my rifle down, I'm probably done. C18. Sorry, bud. You sit there and you come on here and tell me that I look like a pedo, and the only video you have is a video of Joe Biden and showing illegal. Dude, I show everybody. Well, Miles is sad that he can't grow a mustache, so he wants me to shave it. So he's resulting to saying that I'm somehow showing illegals how to put guns together and stuff. I can't touch my guns online. You can Google it and see how to put a gun together. So, you know, I'm not doing anything different than what anybody else is doing out there. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think Miles is jealous that he's, you know, never been laid. I don't know. Is a threaded barrel on a Glock 20 worth it for concealed carry? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If you're going to put a suppressor on it eventually, go for it. California teen, I don't know enough about close quarters combat with knives to do that. Adam A, agreed. Exactly, Gunslinger. I don't know. California teen, I'm still in the Air Force Reserves. So I don't think it would be. A threaded barrel only comes out about that much. Threads on a barrel only come out about that much. It wouldn't be that long. I'm carrying a threaded barrel right now. I have a threaded barrel right here. Just saying, Miles, if you're gonna troll, it's gotta be decent. Like, have fun with the trolling. You don't just jump into a dude's stream and be like, man, you look like a pedophile. Dude, them's fighting words. It's a good way to get yourself kicked in the junk. So, then when I turn around and say, hey man, this guy looks like Farva if he did shave. Or, you know, all the other things. Or looked like he fell into a box of Hostess ding-dongs and didn't know how to climb out, so he ate his way out. Like, if you're gonna troll and you're gonna talk smack, like, just make sure it's fun and not, you know, distasteful. Adam, I don't currently own a suppressor. I've known about the Hearing Protection Act. It's been suggested a couple of times, and so that's why. And I have a buddy with a suppressor, and I've shot mine with a suppressor, and it's fine. I have no idea what you're talking about. 1987. Yeah, I know. And when that happens, I fully intend on having lots of fun. Eric, which other AR? I've always had 3, Eric. Oh, that's my AR-15, bud. I've had that. That's next to that Marlin Model 60. I've owned that AR-15 longer than all the other rifles. AR-10 is the GOAT. AR-10s are cool. They're heavy, but they're cool. Okay, California teen. We all do, Miles. We all do. We all do. I have so thoroughly called all my representatives, I'm pretty sure they hate me. I'm pretty sure they know who I am, what my channel is, and I'm pretty sure they very much hate me. Because I'm very vocal against my representative. My representative was on the Ways and Means Committee and almost shut it down. Trust me. I am not his biggest fan. And he is not my biggest fan either. Eric, I have the AR-15, I have the 9mm AR, and I have the 6.5 Creedmoor. Everybody go check out California Teen's New Age synth music. The cyberpunk New Age type synth music. Go check him out on Spotify. So, all right, guys, we got about 5 minutes, and I'm going to end the stream. We've been going for about 90 minutes. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it at the 90-minute mark. Nothing that I've seen. Just that I know that Israel wants us to go drop some of our really big bunker busters because they don't have the capability to drop it effectively. We do. So I think it's being considered. I don't know anything beyond that. That's what's in the news. I know that Iran is saying, you know, that they own the night sky. Like, Austin, are you talking about like a NATO round, like a 308 lever action, or like 7.6239? Actually, you'd probably think this is cool, Austin. I saw the other day at a pawn shop, a Savage, or no, a Remington in 300 Savage, that was a lever action. That was kind of cool. Doesn't the CIA, California team. So 7.62 NATO is 7.62 by 51 or 308. They're pretty close. Kind of like 223 and 5.56 are very similar. Well, that's why I was wondering, Austin. I was like, who makes the 7.62 by 39 lever action? That could actually be kind of fun. But yeah, I found like an old, a legit old hunting rifle that was chambered in 300 Savage. So that was pretty cool. But it didn't have a tube magazine. It had a box magazine at the bottom. So it was like 4 rounds of 300 Savage, which is pretty deep. Like 300 Savage is pretty cool caliber. So. Sorry, checking my work computer. Yeah. 300's fun, Austin. You should check it out. Like 300 Winchester and 300 Savage are both really cool rounds. Really flat shooting rounds. Oh, cool. I like it. That's a good way to go. I kind of do like a round robin. So I do rifles, or I do pistols, then a rifle, then shotgun. So I bought pistols last year. I bought a rifle at Christmas, and I'm buying a shotgun, and then I'm getting another pistol, and then I'm getting the lever action rifle, and then I'll get another shotgun. So. But, all right, guys, we're at about 90 minutes. Thank you, everybody who's come in and tuned in and had fun with us. And thanks for everybody's commentary. Thanks for supporting the channel, liking the stream and sharing it and all that. It definitely helps us grow. It helps us get the word out and helps us to have fun. YouTube, they pay out between the 21st and the 27th of each month. So I believe that I'm going to get paid either on Friday or on Monday. But whatever day I get paid, we're going to go finish paying for the Mossberg, and then I'm going to find, there's a couple places that have some 357 Pythons. I'm going to put one on layaway, and we're going to work towards it. So, and then we'll keep paying off the Python, and then we'll put a lever action on layaway after that. We're going to make it happen, guys. It'll be fun. But we have to get to $500 so that you guys can tell me what model 4570 to get. That's the next goal. So You guys kind of already said a lever action and a 45-70 to match with the revolver. So you guys need to, we're going to vote on the make and kind of the design. So if we're going to go like a tactical one or an old school looking one, we're going to go with an octagon barrel or a round barrel. So we're going to have fun with it. We're going to let you guys do all that because that's what we do here. You guys help me get there. You guys get a say in what it is. So we're going to make that happen. Old school lever actions are cool, but some of the tactical lever actions are kind of cool, I think. But that's just me. I like octagon barrels. I do like the octagon barrel. So, Austin, you'd probably be interested in that. So, don't, stick around and then help us decide what kind of lever action to get. So, the make, what type of barrel, and what type of finish is what you guys get to pick. Because you guys already picked lever action, and you already picked 45-70. So, 4-5 Colt is cool too. But we're going to do a 45-70. Everybody already said 45-70, and everybody already said lever action. So, we're going to do a 45-70 lever action, and then you guys get to pick the make, the finish, and the barrel style. So, all right, guys, I'm going to kill it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go check out some of the videos. Please feel free to, if you want to do a membership to support the channel. If you want to donate to the channel, if I'm not here, you can donate on the Venmo for the channel. Well, it's my wife's Venmo. We just have one, but it's at Tanya-Baker-6. Again, I'll type it in the chat real quick. Wrong thing. At Tanya-Baker-6. That's the Venmo. And remember, if we get to our next $500, we'll do another giveaway, and whoever is the person that gets us past that $500, they're the one that gets all the swag. Because that's how we do it. I don't do the random thing. Just whoever happens to do it is the one that gets it. That way it's not for every dollar is a... I want it to be fair, so it doesn't matter. Because everybody contributes a different amount, and everybody is able to contribute a different amount. So I want everybody to have an equal choice. Because $1 to one person might not be the same as $10 to the next person. So, you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. For those of you that are federal employees, or if you get the day off tomorrow, enjoy your day off. I'm probably going to try to go to the gun range and test out those new 34-round mags that I'm very excited about in the PSAs. So I'm probably going to do that, and we'll catch you next time. Stay zesty, stay sexy, always carry every day, and always carry around in the chamber. Below average Utah Dad.